welcome back to Lex Reads. Welcome back to Vlogmas. So in today's video, of course, in the spirit of Christmas, it's Christmas time. I wanted to do some Christmas themed books. I don't have a lot because the only time I'll read like a Christmas themed book is basically during the month of December. I haven't, if I'm being honest, I haven't found any that so far that I do like. I'm still on the hunt for some. I do know that it looks like this year I saw on TikTok, it was a young lady, she went to Target and there was like all of these Black Christmas books, by Black authors, which I was really excited about because, because a couple years ago, you didn't just see a lot of them. And I want to show you some of mine in my collection. So before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So this one, actually, the first one I'm going to mention is a children's book and it's not by a Black author, but it is an author that is, he's a classic author, especially when it comes to children's literature. And his name is Hans Christian Andersen. But the story that I love and I grew up on, and I just always have to read it for Christmas, is called The Little Match Girl. Now, this story, it is sad. So if you do read it to the children, they might be a little sad because the story, if you've read anything Hans Christian Andersen, he does tend to write kind of sad books. He actually is the author of The Little Mermaid. And if you have read the real version of Little Mermaid, not the Disney, it's a lot, but it's still good. But it's about a little girl. She's afraid to go home because she's afraid that her father will beat her. Again, it's a sad story. She has this match, and every time she lights it, it's like it brings her warmth, it brings her food, it brings her happiness. I just love the images. I remember reading this as a kid. Well, look, my aunt would read it, and I would just look at the pictures. But I also remember every time when she would finish reading it, my sister would cry. Because again, it's such a cute story, yet it's sad. But I just love it so much, and the illustrations are just so pretty. So yeah, it's a cute little story. Next is it's a play, and it's by Langston Hughes. It's called Black Nativity. Now, if you guys saw the movie a couple years ago, it was starring Angela Bassett, Forest Whitaker, Jennifer Hudson, I think Tyrese Gibson. I think those are like the main heavy hitters. It is talking about, it's a musical, but it's talking about the, nativity, like, when Jesus was born and things like that, but it's just Black. It is so good. It's short. If you guys like plays, I would recommend it, especially if you like Langston Hughes. I would highly recommend it. And then I would recommend the movie too, because it was really good. That they still stuck to like obviously the nativity scene and things like that, but they had like an extra story because I believe it's a young man. His grandparents are Forest Whitaker and Angela Bassett's character, and his mom is having some hardships, like financial hardships. So she's like, I'm gonna send you to, my parents' house, and they're kind of well-to-do, and he kind of comes from the streets a little bit. So he's trying to navigate that, and the grandfather, he don't play. He like, we don't curse in this house. You going to church, yeah. So I love how they added that twist to it. I remember I actually went to go to the theaters to see that a couple years ago, and right after I downloaded the music because it's so good. You got Jennifer Hudson singing. Come on now. Next, this is a Christmas short, and this is this is an erotica. Okay, it's called Ho Ho Ho, a Christmas short. It is by Risley Adams, and these are like short and sweet. So, okay, you have a young woman. She has been married. She saved herself for marriage and been married for 5 years, but her husband, from the beginning of their marriage, he cheats, he does everything. And girl, she gets a little STD, and she like, oh, this is ridiculous, I'm done. So she goes to the lawyers, gets a divorce. And look, right after she get her divorce papers, she goes to the the pharmacy to get her meds. And a couple of months later, everything's good. The divorce is final. She's she's healthy, and it's good. And she's like, you know what? I wasted my time with this, man, did everything quote unquote right, and I still got played. I'ma live it up. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. I'm going to live it up, and I'm going to become and that's what she does. Girl, This again, if y'all into eroticas, or if y'all don't mind, you know, reading them, I would say give this a try. It is very short, so that's why it's only like 44, it's only like 44 pages. I've always said that I have to take eroticas in doses. I can't just read eroticas back to back to back to back. Because girl, the stuff that they be doing and saying, it can be a lot, okay? But yeah, it was good. I liked it. I would recommend it if you guys, again, if you're into you know, eroticas, because not everybody can deal with that, which I totally understand. Next is You Make Me Feel Like Christmas by Donna Hill and Frances Ray. This is like two books in one, two stories in one. Donna Hill, she tends to do that. She like co-writes she co-writes stories with other authors. I mean, y'all know how much I love Donna Hill, rant and rave about her. But I only read her story. I didn't read Frances Ray's story. Donna Hill's story is called Rocking Around That Christmas Tree. And you have a woman, Denise. Denise has been married for like over 20 years. She has grown children. I believe they're about to have their first grandchild. And she basically has just been a housewife and a mother, and she's just not fulfilled. She's not fulfilled anymore. She never has really been fulfilled, but when she got married, it was kind of like she just got into a routine. And on Thanksgiving Day, while the family is there, she announces, I'm leaving y'all daddy and I'm selling this house. I'm done. And everyone is in shock, like, what's going on? Like, what has daddy done? And she like, I'm just like, I haven't done everything that I wanted to do. I've been stagnant. You know, y'all grown. I've taken care of y'all. I want to do something for me. And her husband, like, he one of them husbands where I will provide, I go out, you just keep the house clean, you take care of the kids, had the dinner ready, you know, kind of like that. And she's just like, I'm sick of doing that, you know. And she announces it, like I said, on Thanksgiving. And her husband's like, we can't break this marriage up. Like, something has to give. And so during like the whole holiday season, he's trying to win her back. And I mean, I really liked it. I love Donna Hill's writings. I tell you guys about her time and time again. I love her, you know, dialogue. And this was kind of like a different story for like Christmas, because, you know, I've noticed a lot of books that they do have for Christmas, you know, it's like romance feel, you know, and this kind of has a little bit of a romance, but not like the traditional romance where, you know, boy meets girl, they fall in love. And yeah, this one is like, it starts off with a bang where it's unhappy, you know. And then I also love the fact that I love to read characters that are older, that are already established. A lot of times, you know, when it does come to like romance books, for example, like they be in their 20s and sometimes 30s, and it's like they still kind of figuring out themselves, especially when you're 20s. And I just love reading about like older characters, you know what I mean? Because they're more mature. They, you know, again, like they're established. They kind of know themselves. And, you know, when it's black, and when it's a black couple is even, you know, better. So yeah, I really did enjoy this. I would recommend this. Now, I haven't read, like I said, Frances Ray's story. It's called The Wish. And it says before, be careful what you wish for, or it might come true. Brokenhearted, Nicholas says he isn't looking for romance or marriage, but when an eccentric old woman grants him a wish for true love, he walks straight into a chance romance with someone who might just be what he's looking for if he doesn't ruin the opportunity of making his dreams come true. I might give that a try, because it actually does sound kind of good. And it's from a man's point of view. So yeah. Next is, this is actually my first ever like Christmas romance book, actually ever like Christmas theme book, I would say, that I read. And I got it 2 years ago, I think, Vlogmas 2022. You guys actually came along with me to get it, and it's by Jasmine Guillory, and it's called Royal Holiday. This is another one where I like that the characters are older. You have a young woman named Vivian. Vivian's daughter's into fashion. I think she's like a designer. And her daughter's like, well, Mom, I have the opportunity of like styling the royal family. Do you want to come along with me to London? And at first she's kind of apprehensive, and then she's like, when am I going to get the chance to go to London, especially during Christmas time? She's like, you know what, I'm going to do it. And she goes, they, you know, have so much fun. But she ends up meeting an older man who happens to be the assistant to the queen. And what's that man's name? Malcolm. She's like taken back, because she's like, the queen got a black, you know, assistant. And, you know, he shows her London and just all the customs and things like that. It was such a cute story. I loved it so much. And lastly is a book by Alex Haley. It's called A Different kind of Christmas, and it came in this little box. I actually got this for like $8 at a local bookstore. And this is how it looks. And this book about a white southerner and a black slave, and they come together to basically achieve something. They have like this goal that they want to achieve, and they help each other out. He's not like a typical white southerner, because I mean he's dealing with a black man. Yeah, but it was a cute little story. It is, you know, it's short, it's not long at all. It's only 101 pages, and they actually market this book for, they say like all ages, so you could read this to your, you know, children, you could read to middle grade, high school, clearly adults. So it was a good story. This is a different type of Christmas book, which I really did like, because like I said earlier, I noticed that a lot of the Christmas themed books, they're like romance themed, and this is not romance themed at all. And also I learned some of the customs, or I don't want to say customs, but you know, when it came to slavery during Christmas time, that was like kind of the day that they gave them off some, and you know, they give them little la-di-da presents, if that. But yeah, just to kind of read about, you know, how it went down on Christmas time. Yeah, it is a joyous book, but it also has some serious bits. I mean, it's, you know, one of the main protagonists is a black slave. So, but I still did enjoy it. I would recommend it. So yeah, guys, that is it when it comes to my little mini collection of Christmas themed books. Like I said, I still am in, you know, the market of trying to get some more. If you guys have any recommendations, please put them down in the comments, because I would really like to know. Always want to get more. Lastly, I want to share the 3 Christmas songs that I will be listening to today. So the first is, of course, CeCe Winans' Let's Celebrate Christmas. This is from the album. It's called His Gift. I know she has a new Christmas album that just came out this year, but His Gift is so good. I mean, y'all know how much I love CeCe Winans. Had the privilege of seeing her this year in concert, and it was just amazing. Okay, next, of course, have to always mention Destiny Child, 8 Days of Christmas. Love that song. Y'all know. Love that album. Love the video. It's so cute. And lastly is Snoop Dogg featuring Nate Dogg. It's called Santa Claus Goes Straight to the Ghetto. This is the rap version of it, because y'all know the traditional version. Well, look, not traditional, but you know, our traditional version, which is James Brown, Santa Claus Goes Straight to the Ghetto. But if you guys didn't know, there is a rap version that came out in, what, the 90s, like 1996 on Death Row Records. And it is bomb, okay? Y'all, if y'all haven't listened to it, please listen to it. I actually told my sister about it, and she never heard of it. I'm like, girl, how you never heard of that? And it was so crazy, because she was like, oh, let me text it to one of her coworkers, which happens to be a white male. And he was like, girl, you late to the game. But I told her to watch the video. The video's kind of cool. Like, they like grant wishes to like people that are in need. You have one man that's homeless or drinking. I think Nate Dogg or Snoop Dogg touches him. He becomes a cure. It's really funny. But yeah, that is my tune. Okay, so those are the 3 Christmas songs that I will be listening to today. And I'll be back with more Black Books. Bye.